Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a screenwriter's rant on Jack Walker. It's a movie about from Broken Bone about an ex-movie star, an action star named Jack Walker, who's played by, I assume this is Stefan Morowitz. I'm not familiar with him, but he was a big guy in his day, and now that's him, the young version, and then really good either makeup or they just they made him look younger and then just let him look how old he is now. And his career's on the downturn. He goes to a low budget movie, and this is the craft services table, which I've been at. I've been at the low budget craft services table, and it does look like this: peanut butter and jelly, muffins, bananas, a coffee maker. Yeah, this is totally it. Usually it's just donuts, lots and lots of donuts in America, but this is I think this is Europe. Anyhow, he's got to deal with sort of the drop off, and this is his co-star, and they're shooting the movie in the middle of nowhere, like in this resort or whatever. It looks abandoned. So kudos to the actual movie guys for actually picking this place. So this is typical in a low budget movie. So it's following the low budget tropes, and you can see they're all students, they're all young, low budget guys are all going to be young and hungry to make a movie. They're so excited to make a movie, and they're probably super excited to get a guy like Jack Walker on the set, right? And so they got some notes for him or whatever, and then Jack has to fight their stunt guy, and he gets hit in the face, and he's not as good as he was, and oh no, and this is their other stunt guy, I think. But then actual drug dealers show up, and they plan to drop at this abandoned place, which also makes sense because this is where criminals would go, in abandoned places, to make a drop. And unfortunately, the crew has discovered their drugs or whatever. This is the lead bad guy and his little assistant there, and they go in. This is the other actress, I think, and they essentially take the place over. And now the lead bad guy is going to direct the movie. He's holding these people hostage, and now he's going to make Jack fight one of his guys. And he does, just for his amusement, which is kind of funny. But then Jack kind of beats him. There he is, beating him. And so it's a story about redemption, right? It's like, you're too old. But no, he's not. And he keeps making him do it. Here's his second in command fighting the other stunt guy. Here's another one of the, I think, an actress fighting one, and here's some stoner dude who, he says the question, is this like a viral marketing thing? Probably after a bunch of crazy stuff happened, and Jack Walker's like, no, Tom, no. So it's a funny line. I think it's a funny movie. I think it'll be a good actioner. It looks good. Jack Walker from Broken Bone. I never heard of these guys. It says action comedy movie. I'm all on board. I love action comedy movies. I gave you an upvote. Solid trailer, solid cast, solid everything. I just wonder where this is going to be playing. I assume it's probably going to go, these days direct-to-video means it's going to go on a video-on-demand service. I hope it goes on Amazon Prime because I have that one. And I would totally watch this. This looks fun. It looks a little low budget, but that's the charm of it too, because it is a movie about a low budget feature. So it's a perfect situation. They've made movies like this before about old actors who, you're supposed to be a super cop, and then he has to solve the mystery, but he's really an actor. But this is a little different in that he's an action star, and I think they've done this before too. But normally they play it off like, well, the action star has literally no chops and then has to learn to be an action star, and maybe there's a stunt guy who helps him or something. I think in this one, it seems like Jack redeems himself by becoming the actual action hero that he is inside. It seems that way because they treat that part of it a little more seriously, but it does look like a fun comedy at the same time. So first act would be, low budget movie. Jack's career's on the decline. They hire him, and he has to take the job. He needs the money. It sucks, but he's going to do it. And then they put him up against their stunt guys, and he's kind of not with it anymore. Then the second act is the criminals show up, and they take over the set and take everything over, and it's like, uh-oh. And then they make Jack fight. And then in the process of having an actual fight, Jack kind of comes to life, and he becomes the hero he always thought he was. And then finally, in the third act, he and the rest of the crew, I guess, beat the criminals, probably kill him, and then save the day. So I'm all in on Jack Walker. This looks great. I'm guessing it's a European movie. It feels a little European, even though they're speaking in English. People have accents. I'm not seeing any credits, so I'm not sure. But I, for one, will be looking for Jack Walker.